Ryan Cole, thanks for taking the time. It has come down to this, MWC Championships, but let's back up a little bit. You had an event, the Twilight event, that happens every year here at the Air Force Academy, and some good showings in that event.
Yeah, we capped off our regular season with the AF Twilight, and it was probably the nicest day we've had this spring so far, so we may have had a little help on that one, but it was a great event, and we had a lot of strong performances. It's always, I told the team afterwards, you see them at practice all the time in their respective events and preparing, but to have so many of them put on the uniform, go down to their home track in front of fans and people coming down from the academy to watch and their families coming out. It was just a really special day for us. So Ari Martinez had a new PR in the high jump going 5'10", which is number 2 all time. Jarrett Preet threw 205 in the hammer, which is number 2 all time. They're both Mountain West leads right now. Grace Presh had a really nice double in the 1 and the 2, setting some historic bests there. So she's really established herself as one of the best sprinters we've ever had on the women's side at the Air Force Academy. CJ Dimnuobi ran really well in the 100. We had some strong performances in the high hurdles and the 200. Derek Hackett set a freshman record and is number 2 right now in the Mountain West in the 400 hurdles. Taylor Rio broke the freshman record in the women's 200. So just a lot of really strong performances and great momentum going into our championship season. But afterwards, we always recognize our seniors too, and so we have 33 seniors with our cadet athletes and our cadet managers this year. So to be able to recognize them at the end of the event is also really special. So great finish to the regular season and excited to look ahead here to the conference championship.
Mountain West Outdoor Championships. It was funny. I was listening to you there and you kept talking. That's leading the Mountain West. That's leading the Mountain West. That's leading the Mountain West. Well, hopefully, but now it's time to perform. It doesn't matter if you led the Mountain West going in. It's what you do at the event, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why you have your regular season in a lot of sports, in football, probably the 3rd game of the year, maybe just as important as the 7th game of the year because a loss is impactful. In our sport, you want to be performing well throughout the season, but they're also stepping stones as you get ready for your culminating events. And so our first one in the championship season is the Mountain West Conference meet. So you're correct. Yeah, you want to have momentum going in. If you have to go into a championship event and say, okay, this is everything before this didn't matter. This is what counts now. Then your season hasn't went very well, and your preparation probably could have been a bit better as well. But yeah, we've been able to have strong momentum, and then you want to put it all together. But you also want to just be able to have a routine in place where you just go in and continue to execute the way you have. And if you've been preparing and executing well throughout the season, those culminating events tend to take care of themselves.
Yeah. Having seen all the preparation from the indoor season to now, throughout the track, through all the field events and the added field events for the outdoor, how are you feeling about this team heading into this outdoor championship?
Well, we're excited to see what they can do. On the women's side, I told our team after the last home meet that this is the most complete team we've ever taken to a conference championship. Last year, unfortunately, we weren't able to field competitors in the 100, the 200, the 400, the high hurdles, the long jump, the 1500. We had some very strong competitors where we did have people in, but we weren't as full of a team as we wanted. This year, we mentioned Grace. She's doing very well, so we have strong entries in the 200, the 400, the 400 hurdles, the 800, the 1500, the long jump. We have a relay team in the 4x1 that can do very well. We have a 4x4 that can do very well. We have a high jumper. We have a javelin thrower. So you start to look at the event. We have 3 pole vaulters that all have the potential to score. So this is a very, the most complete women's team that we've ever taken to a conference championship. And so that's really exciting going in. They still have to go out and compete and perform, but we feel pretty good about that going in. On the men's side, it's really when you kind of score out the meet or project it, there are 2 strong teams in there. I think Colorado State may have a slight advantage on us right now, but that's why you can test the events in the meet. So we'll get going tomorrow with the multi and the decathlon, and go out and perform as well as we're capable of. But I do think it'll be probably a pretty close contest between the Air Force Academy and Colorado State, and we've seen that before. So we know what we need to do, and the guys are excited, and we go out and just execute to our ability. And if we do that, I think we'll be pretty pleased with their outcomes.
Yeah. Now, as interim head coach, I know Ralph used to sit down and work it all out and look at all the numbers, and I'm sure you're trying to do some sort of thing like that yourself. Does this feel like an extra burden to you, like having to take that on this season as opposed to what you normally did?
It's been a privilege. I've been very proud to lead this team and to be able to step in, and I hope Ralph will be proud of how we've continued to move the program forward. But all of our coaching staff, they love what they do. They love where they do it. And so I don't look at it as a burden at all. I look at it as a great opportunity, and it's been a privilege to be able to do that for this program.
Ryan Cole, thanks for your time. Good luck to you, your team, and all of your colleagues on the coaching staff this weekend. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian.